I have lived on the coast for most of my life, and I have never seen the sunrise on the beach, which I feel like is kind of insane for most people, because it's like, if you live on the beach, you gotta see the sunrise. You guys get to witness it with me for my first time, and maybe your first time as well, so like, we could be in the same boat. The sea's right there, boat. Okay. Now, I don't think I could sit out here for like 2 hours, so I gave myself something to do. There's this glorious app, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it is called Reddit. Basically, you get to like chat with anybody about anything, which I guess is like most social media apps, but I feel like this one's a little more different. Like, you can more easily find your niche on there. So I kind of like Reddit for that. And like, I've mentioned this in the past, but like, Reddit is just an app that you can use. If you don't know the answer to, it has the answer on Reddit. But I want to go on this one particular subreddit called Am I the Asshole? Basically, what that entails is people have an issue and they're trying to figure out whether or not they're in the wrong, or is it the other person. You're supposed to bring up your side of the story, but also like the other person's side of the story. I know what you're thinking, Luke, what makes you qualified? Well, I'm about as qualified as the people on the subreddit. I'm like a 21-year-old male, and I've had like life experiences and stuff, and I've like been the asshole, and then I've also not been the asshole, so I think I'm just about as qualified as anyone. So do I have therapist levels of expertise? Kind of. Can I be judge, jury, and executioner for these people? Well, absolutely. Alright, we're gonna dive into the first one here. Over her constant filming and lack of respect for my daughter's boundaries. Let's see. I have a 13-year-old daughter, S. Does that mean small? What does S mean? My sister-in-law has 2 boys, 8 and 11, who are deep into the Canadian hockey baseball travel tournament lifestyle. She's a SAM and went down the Insta TikTok family lifestyle influencer rabbit hole. Over the last year, she's leaned hard into the hockey mom thing by posting hotel reviews, game picks, and travel tips. She wants to turn her page into a full family brand. When her boys were younger, she used to say she wished she had a daughter to do girly things with. I included her in a few things with S. Oh, that must be like the name. Like picking out her first communion dress. Back then, she was sweet, supportive, and genuinely, though cool, aunts. Lately, every family thing has been content. She films everything. Stages candid moments, narrates like she's vlogging. At Christmas, this girl sounds dope. Honestly, I want to influence her aunt. That would be bomb. Imagine if my aunt just came over and like, hey, you want to do collab? Hell yeah, aunt. Let's review Facebook Marketplace. Let's get it going. At Christmas, she tried to dictate the whole day. Gifts, crafts, movies, all became scripted. The older cousins hid in the basement to escape being filmed. Oh no, okay, that's kind of sad actually. Their daughter told them that she hated being recorded and didn't want to be on sister-in-law's pages. Apparently, the sister-in-law kept pestering her to braid hair, decorate cookies, etc. for content. S didn't know how to shut it down, so she made herself as un-influencer friendly as possible. Eye rolls, nose pickings, etc. Last weekend, we went out for my mom's 70th birthday. Sister-in-law immediately started filming again, making the whole dinner awkward until her partner snapped at her to stop. During dinner, S mentioned she was going to dress shopping for her grade 8 graduation. Sister-in-law lit up and started pushing to come so she can expand her brand into full family content. I ignored her, but she kept pushing. Okay, so she's obviously the asshole in this situation. Well, I mean, I don't know what this person did. In the parking lot, she asked again for the time and place. I snapped. I told her my daughter is not her prop, not her girl substitute, and she does not have permission to film or post her. She got defensive and said I was stiffing her creativity. Yo, okay, never mind. This aunt is kind of bomb. I kind of love her, and that she needs my daughter because she doesn't have one. Oh no. No. I told her off loudly and colorfully as heard, but with 2 parents who work in construction, she's heard worse. Okay? got some parental issues. Later, sister-in-law started a group chat saying I was rude, mean, and embarrassed her, and that everyone posts everything these days. She has a point. Like, I'm literally sitting on the fucking beach right now talking about this gosh darn story. She demanded an apology. I refused and reiterated our boundaries. My siblings backed me up and said they also don't want their kids in her content. Sister-in-law hasn't responded since. I know I raised my voice, but she has ignored every boundary. My priority was protecting S's boundaries. Unequivocally, I know I am not the asshole for that, and I will never apologize. However, my sister-in-law just didn't get it. So, am I the asshole for yelling at sister-in-law in the manner I did? I mean, I feel like we didn't really get anything. I think it's kind of hard to judge whether or not you're the asshole if you didn't give us exactly what you were saying. Like, you just kind of said that you snapped at her, and you were very loud about it. And you said, hey, maybe don't film my child all the time. She doesn't want to be filmed. Now, if you like said a little more like, hey, I hope somebody beats you up or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of out of the line. You don't say that, but I don't know what you said because you didn't decide to share it with us, which I feel like a lot of people do on this subreddit. Like they'll like give us like all the backdrop, like all the lore and everything, but like when it actually comes down to the argument maybe at hand sometimes, but like what really happened, we don't get a lot of info on that. It was just like, yeah, we got in a fight. I don't know, I kind of respect the sister-in-law though. To just constantly be shoving a camera in your face like without anyone's permission. She's not like, hey, sorry, do you guys mind if I film real quick? And she just like whips out her DJI camera and she's like, hey, do you like your food you're eating? Oh yeah, you like the guacamole bread stromboli? Oh yeah, okay, awesome. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching my Instagram reel. I'll see you guys later. 28 views. Hell yeah. He actually should have linked her channel. That would have been cool if he did. I think if we got that context of like, is her content bomb? Is the sister-in-law's content freaking awesome, like out of this world? I'd be like, hell yeah. Keep shoving that camera in the little cousin's face. Yeah. Are you the asshole? Shit, man. I don't know. Maybe.
I gotta say, I would be a fool if I didn't bring myself a sandwich.
Look how well packaged this is. Okay, that's a little embarrassing. A fun fact about me is I love peanut butter. My mom had got me some honey peanut butter, so I made myself a PB sandwich. No J, just the PB. See how it comes out. I made this last night and I put it in the fridge. That was super good. Oh my gosh, I think I just spat a little. Can we get a close up? Oh yeah. I don't think it would be fair to everyone else if I didn't share a story of my own. To criticize others, you have to be critiqued yourself. A few years ago, and by a few years ago, I mean like 15 years ago. So I didn't have like an iPhone or iPod or iPad, anything, because I was like 7 years old. And my sister always had her iPod at the time, because she was 2 years older than me, so she was a lot cooler. She got to have things. And what she had on her iPod was Minecraft, if you remember the mobile version of Minecraft. And I would always want to play Minecraft on her iPod. She would never let me, and I got really jealous of her. So one time I tried to take her iPod from her so I can play Minecraft, and she wouldn't let me have it. And I was like, what the heck? You are so mean. So we kept fighting and whatnot. This was in the living room. It got to a brawl. And you know what I did? Actually, it didn't get to a brawl, but you know what I did anyways? I pulled out my vampire teeth and I bit her on her arm. I was like a Minecraft zombie, and I got that iPod. And you know, I think at the time You know, my sister was kind of upset about it. My mom was upset about it. I don't know, I kind of thought it was like a valid reaction. Like, if you're not going to give me your iPad or your iPod, I'm going to bite you. That's just how it's going to be. So yeah, there was like a lot of built up resentment towards me, and I just didn't get that. A few days later, and this was like a few business days later, my grandma finds out. My grandma was like the nicest lady ever, by the way. And she like pulls out the fist. Bah, 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 bah. That was the first time and the last time that I have ever gotten a spanking. So yeah, I'm a victim of abuse. Nope. I got a spanking. So yeah. But you know what? That Christmas, I got an iPod and an iPad. So I felt like the coolest kid in the world. And then I found out that my sister got an iPhone. And I was very jealous. I was like, what the heck? Why did I get this trash, bro? No, I love my iPod. I had my iPod until halfway through 8th grade, and then I finally got an iPhone. And even then, I like still use my iPad, not my iPod. I just like completely moved on from the iPod to the iPhone. But like my iPad, that was like my thing. I would come home, watch Rocket League videos, John Sandman. They would do like the trade-in, and I got like really into gambling on Rocket League. And I wasted a lot of my mom's money, and now that I'm thinking about it, I feel bad. So am I the asshole for that situation too? I'm a victim of like gambling exposure at a young age. But yeah, that was rough. I spent a lot of money in that game. Dang, I could have saved it for college. But let me know in the comments down below if I'm the butthole. I found a new spot. I wanted to get a little closer to the waves just so I can hear them, because it's very peaceful out here. I'm gonna try to save some room for the sun in the background, so maybe we'll get to see it rise up right now. In another like 30 to 40 minutes is like when the sun is supposedly supposed to rise. But I don't know like what, you know how there's like a specific number for the sunrise? Like I don't know like what that determines. Is that like when the sun, is that like when we first see the sun, or I don't know. Like I know that's like sunrise, but I just don't know exactly where that number lands. But yeah, I wanted to save some room for the sun just in case they make an appearance. She? They? He? I don't know. I feel like the moon is like a she and the sun's like a he. Okay. And why am I genderfying stars? Planets, stars, soon, buns. But anyways, we do have another story. Am I the asshole for telling her what she needs to hear, not what she wants? Very juicy stuff right here. Oh my gosh, so like, that person just walked by me. Interesting. Like I said, very juicy stuff here. Even that person wants to tune in. Hello. Okay, I think I like this person. I don't think they're the asshole. They opened up with hello. That's very nice. Me and my friend group are in high school, and recently my friend HG stopped being friends with me and my other friend M. Gosh darn it. Last Friday, she broke up with her boyfriend, and we were all in the same big friend group, so both of them are our friends. Later that night, she kept telling us how much she missed him and asked me and M to text him and tell him to take her back. We called him and explained how she felt. He said he might be open to getting her back. This is very high school stuff, but needed space first. We told her this, but she got upset and kept saying she didn't want to give him space, even though earlier she was saying, freak him. I'll just say that instead. At lunch that same day, she had also said, frick him, I'll just date a random guy at school, in parentheses, he's fine. Later that night, I asked her what she meant by that because her boyfriend is also my friend, and I felt weird helping her get him back if she was serious about that. Sorry, I'm just like taking this in so far. I feel like okay, never mind. I'm just gonna continue. Later on FaceTime, he asked us to show him proof that she was crying. What? Okay, this was a jump. So we screen shared our messages to show timestamps. This is so weird. We didn't realize he could see the earlier messages where I asked about the other guy. He saw it and asked what she said about the other guy. I texted her asking if she wanted me to lie, and she said yes. Me and him told him it was nothing, but he decided to ask her himself anyway, which, yeah, I guess that makes sense for him to do it. So much for that space, though. She admitted she called the guy, but she said it was out of anger. He got upset that we lied and broke up with her. After that, she kept on going about how much she missed him and kept asking us to be honest with her. So I told her that if she missed him, she wouldn't have broken up with him, and that they were hurting each other and wasting time. She got mad and said we were the reason they broke up. Okay. Alright. And that we were terrible friends. Okay. She left the group chat. I later apologized to her in person and over text, but she still called me a bad friend and shared our private conversation with other people. Are me and M wrong for what happened, even though we were trying to help and we're doing what she asked us to do? I feel like you're kind of just like bad friends. I mean, I understand that you're trying to help her, but you're also like hurting the other guy in the process, right? You're like hurting both your friends. I don't know, you kind of just fumbled both of your friends there. I think if, you really wanted to continue being friends with both of them, then you should have just said that you didn't feel comfortable doing that for her. I don't know, I don't want to give like the asshole title because I don't think this person is worthy of that, actually. This is just like very high school drama. Like, like you have like your close knit group of friends, and then something happens with two of y'all, and then so it's like the whole group is affected. It's like a polyamorous relationship in a way. That's kind of like friend groups in high school. When two people break up in this such like a close knit friend group, it definitely causes some tension with the rest of the group, because then it's either going to be one person saying, or both people saying, hey, I don't want you to be friends with this other person because I'm upset at them. Or it's going to be like in this scenario where, hey, can you get some juicy info on this person for me? Can you try to help me out and either say like F off to this person and just like be mean, or let's reel them back in, Okay, does the sunset look as beautiful as what I'm seeing on there? Because like right here, it's so pink. It's beautiful. I like it. But my general consensus on this whole thing is her friend did need to reel her in the situation, and she should have just like stayed clear of it. She should have been like, hey, I don't want to do that. Because I'm friends with this other guy, so I don't want there to be tension with us. Maybe this is just for you guys to sort this out. But no, she got herself reeled into it. Well, her friend reeled her into it, but she she could have opted out. She just dragged along. The sun has practically... Can I get it? Oh my gosh. Risen? So I'm gonna do one final Reddit story. Am I the asshole for telling my mom I don't want to have my friend over that much?
Okay, just from the synopsis, I've been there. I don't know where this is going to lead to, but yeah, I've been in the same situation before. Multiple times. I, 15F, was adopted when I was 12. I also have 2 little sisters, 6 and 4, that are bio sisters and were adopted when they were 2 and newborn. Our mom is a really great mom. She takes us to the beach, to make sandcastles, and have picnics when it's warm, and we take day trips to the mountains to play in the snow, and we do movie nights with pizza every Thursday, We didn't need all that, or maybe we do. There's also a 1-bedroom apartment above the garage, and our aunt lives there with our cousins 7, 10, and 12. But they're in the house with us all day. It's a lot of fun. It sounds hectic, but I'm glad you're having a lot of fun. I was diagnosed with autism a few months ago, and my mom signed me up for a group therapy thing for me to learn communication skills and coping skills and stuff like that. I made a friend at group, Mia, 16. We hung out outside of group a few times, and my mom invited her over for dinner with us and my aunt and cousins and my other aunt that lives close to us. Something kind of important to the story is that Mia doesn't have a great family. They haven't really done anything, but they don't really care about what she does or where she goes or if she gets sick or anything. These run-on sentences are killing me. So she came to my house and saw all of my people in chaos and everything. Oh my goodness. And she told my mom about her family, and my mom started letting her come over after group, then just started letting her come over whenever, so she'd come over like 4 or 5 days a week. Okay. So what I gathered is that Mia doesn't have a great family and she comes over a lot. Sorry, the run-on sentences, they're killing me, man. I like Mia, but I don't like having people in my space that much. At least when my family's here, I can go to my room if I need space, but when Mia's here, it's like she's always with me. I talked to my mom about it, and I told her that I don't want Mia here all the time because I need my space, and she apologized for letting Mia come over a lot without asking me, so now Mia only comes over if I invite her. The problem is Mia's upset, understandably so. I added that. The problem is Mia's upset that she can't come over anymore, so she's getting mad at me when I see her at group, and she always says I'm being selfish by not letting her come over anymore, and I want to see if I'm in the wrong. Well, first of all, I don't think you're an asshole, especially from what I've gathered. You kind of just came clear, or I mean, you told her, you told your mother that you don't want her to come over whenever, which is yeah, I get that. That's better than me, actually, when I was 15 years old. So I guess I should just add this for context. When I was around 15 years old, when I was at my dad's house, so on my dad's side, my cousin would always come over, and I would often lie, especially when it was the summer, because he would come over a lot. I would often lie and be like, I'm really sick. So I'd have my grandma and my dad cover for me, and I would just be in my room. So I really liked my alone time. That's something I value still to this day. But I never had the balls to tell him hey, I just don't feel like hanging out today. Which I could have just said that, but I guess I thought he was really pushy. So I just I lied instead. So if you're clear, if this girl is clear about it, which it kind of seems like she was, she told her mom that, hey, only invite her when I want her to, and then it's really not that bad, because it seems like the other girl knows the situation, is completely aware. So I think you're not the asshole at all. I think boundaries are really important, and I understand that she's going through a difficult time, but you definitely do need your own privacy. Okay, I'm actually gonna do one more because I felt like that one was pretty short. And, it wasn't that bad, which is good, I should say. Okay, this one seems kind of interesting. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she can't wear her favorite perfume or use her preferred body/hair care products? Okay, that seems a little pushy. I'm not gonna lie. You use whatever the hell you want. I can make you aware about it, but I'm not gonna say you can't do it. But that's just my first judgment, so I'll dig into it. My which I'm 25 years old, and a female sister who was 19 years old, was supposed to... You guys want the microphone? Which I'm a 25-year-old female sister, who is a 19-year-old female, was supposed to be coming to visit this week, since this week is her university spring break. Hey, it's my university spring break right now. She was going to be staying with me at my apartment in my spare room, since it's not in our budget to rent a hotel room, and I can't afford to pay it for myself. I had a whole itinerary of activities for us planned for each day, and I was really excited to see her. The problem is, my sister loves to use coconut scented infused perfume. Okay, I feel like I can see where this is going. Body and hair care products, which coconut also, like, that's the good stuff. I use coconut. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? Not shampoo. I want to say condiment, and I know it's not condiment. I know what condiments are. Conditioner. I use coconut conditioner, and I love it. I use it like twice a week. Ingesting it, touching it, or even smelling it, something that's made... I think I skipped it. Oh, yeah. And I'm highly, in all caps, allergic to coconut. Just the highly part. Ingesting it, touching it, or even smelling something that's made with coconut ingredients can send me into a full-on aphrodisiacs. So this past week, I asked her if she could leave any products she uses that contains coconut at home because of my allergy. I even offered to buy her travel-sized coconut-free replacements. That is so sweet for any of the products she need during her visit. She threw a fit. Okay, that's crazy, especially if that's like your sister, and told me that I had no right to police what kind of products she uses for her body, and that I'm being controlling and selfish. Before hanging up, she told me that she's decided she won't be coming to visit anymore. No, that's crazy. Okay, I haven't read the entire story, but that's crazy. You're not gonna come visit your sister just because you can't wear your coconut products because she has like an allergy. Yo, you're insane. You can't do that to your sister. Now, if it was your friend or something, or your like sister-in-law, no, that's cool. But your sister, that's where I draw the line. Maybe I am selfish. Okay, really? See, like, people like get in their heads on Reddit, and I think that's so silly. Like, it's like you have like a thought. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Come on, don't go to Reddit. You know you're not in the wrong for this. Come on, don't second guess yourself for stupid stuff like this. But I don't really see why she's so upset. Yeah, of course, I'm not telling her she can never use those products again. I just simply asked if she could refrain from doing so while she's staying with me. I feel like I deserve to be safe from allergen triggers in my own home. Totally get that. Anaphylaxis can be deadly, in all caps. Sorry, I kind of feel like God is making fun of her for saying it like that, but it's in all caps. And I'd rather not lose my life because my sister was too stubborn to stop using her beloved products for a few days. Hey, I'm stubborn too, but I'm not that stubborn. So am I the asshole for telling my sister she can't wear her favorite products? Okay. Well, I feel like we all know the answer for this. You're not the asshole. She's obviously the asshole. She's made a few edits to this post, so I'm gonna read those. This allergy is new. I developed it fairly recently. We have not lived together or even seen each other in person since I've developed it. Okay, that kind of makes sense. It's fresh. I can understand. She doesn't fully understand it, and I hope you like talk to her about it. Which I should read the second one because I believe she thinks I'm making this up because I've never liked coconut or coconut scented things. So it's likely she thinks I'm lying about being allergic just so I can manipulate her into leaving her coconut things at home. That's so weird. But like, why would you do that? Like, hypothetically, if you just didn't like coconuts. No, I kind of understand. That's like, hey, don't bring coconuts in my home. I don't really like coconuts. They smell funny. Which coconuts are really good. I like coconut milk, but it's like very particular is a thing. So I don't know like when to use it. Sometimes I'll eat it with my granola. It's very particular, as I said. So I'll just go to like oat milk or almond milk because that's usually That's usually just generally better. But yeah, she's obviously not the asshole. I think it's silly to think that you would be the asshole in this situation. So yeah, generally these people aren't assholes, I guess. I do see like every once in a while you'll get like an asshole, but it's like so blatantly you're the asshole, which is the thing. I don't know. I feel like it's not always the case, especially with like Reddit stories. They try to be balanced, where it's like, hey, I'm involved in this other person's side, but it's really hard to capture that. I think no matter what you say, you're always going to be leaning towards your side, and we're not going to get the full story because we're just hearing from one person. That's why you always need to hear from both people. So yeah, generally they're not going to be the asshole because it's just one set of story. Now there should be like, which one of us is the asshole? And it's like both of them. So it's like a joint Reddit account. You know, that would be a cool Reddit page, because then it would be more balanced. Because it could be both people are, one person is, the other person isn't, and the opposite way around. Or maybe neither of y'all are assholes. Maybe we're all just I was trying to think like appropriate word for the opposite side of a butthole, but like that doesn't feel appropriate. Anyways, thank you guys for chilling out with me. Apparently I have a photographic communication class in 30 minutes, but I'm on spring break, so that's not true. I need to take that out because I'm going to get a notification for every single one of my classes this week, and that's going to be annoying. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun just sitting out here. I got to see the sunset, which is cool. I've never seen that for the first time. It's very cloudy today. It looks like it's about to storm, but I don't know if that's just because I'm wearing sunglasses. Let me take off my sunglasses. Nah, it just looks cloudy. Alright. I feel like I'm undercover. None of y'all know who I am. And by y'all, I mean like the people out here. Y'all is a southern thing. But FYI, thank you so much for listening to me judge other people. I've had a lot of fun. Have a good morning and have a good night. Peace out, people.